Hi guys, so if there's only one thing that I would like to say, would be this quote, which is play it like it's your last game. Play it like how you want to be remembered. I've always believed that everything you do in life, give 100%. If not, you just don't do it at all. And in life, it's very short. Life is very short. So do everything wholeheartedly, unconditionally. Do it like how you want to be remembered. I am Heidy, and I'm at TCAS.
Heidy, welcome to our show, and it's really our privilege to have you. You see, on behalf of our young audiences, right, who may not have known you yet, can you just share with them what your origin, where did you actually come from, your journey until you become who you are right now?
Okay, thank you so much for having me today. It's a privilege. I've worked with you guys for a few projects, and I think you guys are an amazing team, and it's actually my honor to be here. So first of all, my name is Muhamad Heidy. I'm a mix. My dad is Arab and Japanese. My mom is Chinese. So people always ask me how do I started. How I started was I started from college. I played dodgeball in college. So when I started dodgeball in Taylor's College, it was something that's very new. So how I started was I've always loved sports. In my opinion, sports was the one that changed my life. Yes, make a difference in my life. So I played football, futsal, you name it, badminton. And there's this time when I saw it in college, I said, hey, there is a sports that there's a mixture of guys and girls. I'm like, what type of sport do guys and girls play together? Because I've been playing the conventional football, futsal, and things that you just don't see that. So when I first see that, I'm like, okay, I want to try it out. And then that's how I started. So it was an amazing experience. So ever since then, I become the captain of Taylor's College, and then I started my own club, which is called Immortals Dodgeball Team. We won everything, and we started our own organization and bring ourselves to the next level, which is the world level. And right now, Malaysia is ranked second in the world.
Oh wow, that's just amazing and inspiring, in fact, because it's actually not very easy for us to see our national team in Malaysia to have a top world rank like yourself right now. And throughout your journey, right, and I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of encounters that literally brings you breakthroughs and also changes. All right, if there would be any that, let's say two, that you would like to highlight, what would be those two?
So actually, I come from a broken family. So I come from a broken family where my parents are actually divorced, and it was a very hard moment for me because I was a kid that is very troubled. I started when I was 7 years old, my mom and dad choose to play a joke on me. She never speak a word of Mandarin to me, ever. And then at standard 1, when I was standard 1, they said, hey, you know what? I think it's a great idea to send him to a Chinese school. Yeah. So I literally went into Chinese school without speaking a word of Mandarin. And I was the only Muslim boy there. Can you imagine that? So out of, 1,000 over kids, I was the only Muslim. Everyone wears short pants. I was the only one wearing long pants. And I didn't speak a word of Mandarin. So can you imagine the type of isolation, the type of bullying, the type of torture that I had? Meaning I didn't have any friends, purely because of I don't know how to communicate with people. So I started from that kind of environment. And of course I was a fat kid. I was a super fat kid. I didn't have a neck, right? So that's how I started. It was an environment where I was very timid. I couldn't talk to people. And it was a very unpleasant experience. But I believe that it was sports that changed my life. And I wasn't good at it anyways. I didn't know what snapped in me. I played it for years, was never good. So a lot of people say that when you improve, you gradually improve. I was the total opposite of that. So I've always believed working hard, sometimes even when you don't see the results, at one point of time, you will have the exponential growth. And that was me. I've always been playing. Can you imagine this, playing for years and I was just still really bad at it? And it just something just clicked at one point of time and poof. And that was how my career started. And I started being really good in sports. I started representing my school, colleges. And when I did that, I've gained a lot of attention. I've suddenly, from a kid that was always an outcast, didn't have any friends, to somebody that is the main attention. In fact, it has made me humble because I believe that this sort of thing doesn't last. So the attention that I get doesn't last. That's, in my opinion, that's how I started my believing in values, because I knew that this sort of thing doesn't last. So how I look at it is, this sort of thing motivates me to be better every single time, because I know that it doesn't last, that I treasure more when it's there. So I don't let it get to my head. Being so-called a little bit of a famous idol or whatnot, I rather than that, I like to see as me doing my part, trying to inspire people to be better, because I know it doesn't last, you know, and success doesn't last. Success is something that you pay every single day, you know. If success can be bought, you need to buy it every single day, and it doesn't come one time off and that's it. No, it doesn't. It needs to be paid for every day. And how do you pay for it? Through your time, through your commitment, through inspiring others, through inspiring yourself, through motivating yourself. So that is done every single day, not a one-time thing. So that was how I started, and I started my career as a dodgeball athlete and bring it to the highest level.
Oh wow, that's wonderful. And throughout your journey, right, even right now, you are not only a dodgeball captain, all right, you are not only the coach for the whole national team, and we know that right now you are a trainer and you are a coach yourself for a lot of corporate trainings and stuff like that. And how did you actually get started with that again?
Okay, so this is also a funny story. I think God has always planned out our journey, every single thing, and I'm very blessed because God certainly didn't give me the easy way out. So I started as, like I said again, my story, I started as a kid where I couldn't even talk to people, to attending a course of personal development where I feel, oh my God, I want to make a difference in people's life, but I don't know how to do it. You know, so I think sports was one of it, and the other way is through coaching, through speaking, through inspiring. So that's how I feel can really impact people. So through this course, I've learned that, oh my God, I can. And I wanted to be a trainer, like the trainer that actually inspired me. So this is where I said that the story hasn't always been smooth sailing. When I went to my coach and said that, coach, please train me, I want to be a coach. And I was, 22 then? And he said, I'm sorry, you're just too young. That was like a knife pierced through my chest. And at that point of time was when I was captain of a Malaysia team, and I've always believed that I can. Whatever I believe that I can do it, I can and I will do it. And this was exactly what hit me, and it was something that I struggled with for a while. And I started going to a team building company, working for a team building company. Same thing. I said, coach, please train me. This is a different coach. And he's an amazing coach. He said, I'm sorry, you're just too young. Whatever you say would not have any impact on the corporate world. And ever since then, I stepped out of the circle. I said, hey, if nobody is going to train me, I'm going to do it myself. I started my own company. This is the crazy part, yeah. I started my own company. I went to meet a client. The client and this is the best part, when I created it, there's a client that straight away came to me, you know, the law of attraction. And they asked me, can you do it? And I said, of course, I have years of experience, but that is actually my first job. And I didn't start as an assistant trainer. I started as my own company, the boss of the company, and the one that closed the deal, and the one that sells myself as the main trainer. And I was actually ready to say, you know what, I'm going to do this once, and if it fails, that's it, I'll close down the company. It's just not my thing. And that's how I started. And nobody gave me the opportunity. I created it. And here I am. I've been doing it for years, and I am one of the youngest trainer out there because I dare to do it. Because I choose to say, hey, making a difference is more important than the perception of what people may think of you. Because a lot of people will say there's no young trainers out there. Why? It's because whatever you say may cannot carry weight. So a lot of people right now, even right now to this point where I say that, hey, I can do this, a lot of people will say, yeah, of course you can, because you're the dodgeball coach, because you're the this, you're that, you're this, that. But my point to them is this: how did I start them? So if I can, you can. So if you want to have an excuse, I mean, there's tons of excuses, of course. It's always easier to take the easier way out, which is say, it's just not my thing. But if your vision is so much more important, so that's what you work for. And the vision of making a difference in people's life, the vision of making a difference through sports, through coaching for the youngsters out there. I think that vision was very, very important for me, enough for me to do whatever it takes to be where I am. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm there, but I have a little bit of result, and that little bit of result has been translated in ways where I am super proud of. Not because of myself, but because of how I've impacted others' life. I think that is something that has always been something very special for me.
Oh wow, I mean, that's truly wonderful. And you know that we can actually see a lot of people with so-called sharing, even from videos, because right now it's so convenient for young people or for anybody to actually go to YouTube videos and people talk about making a difference, which you actually truly are doing right now. And we truly understand that making a difference is not easy. It's not an easy game, and even what you're sharing right now, there are ups and downs. And how would you define winning in life in your own term? Throughout your journey, how would you define that winning in life?
I think winning in life, okay, the word win for me has always been very result oriented. Always, because I'm a sports guy. So winning is not an option. It is the only option, in my opinion, and has always been like that for sports. But I've learned through life, through experience, saying that winning at life is not just about winning. It's not just about actually having the results. Winning at life, in my opinion, at this point of time, would be a person that was willing to go 100% for whatever he fight for, and knowing, even though he doesn't get the result, he knew that he have went all out. I think knowing that you've went all out for a cause and living however that you want to live, I think that is winning in life, in my opinion. Because if you ask me this exact question 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it would have been a very different answer. I would have been saying, you have to achieve whatever you want to achieve. You have to be up there. You have to be successful. That would be the type of answer that I would say. But I think at this point of time, that would be a more practical answer. Just being happy, just being, knowing that you can and you will do whatever it takes despite the result. I think that is, to me, the winning in life.
So to you, right, like winning in life, the main difference from who you are right now, and also if let's say the question is asked 2-3 years ago, like right now, winning in life is more to a process more than a result.
That's exactly right. Process. So meaning as what's important is not the destination, it's actually the journey. And it has been a lot of journey that I've taken that have brought me to where I am today. So I may be doing a lot of things for free. So, and for years I've been thinking, why am I doing this? And then you realize after that wow, because I've done that for free for years, they have this type of results. So for example, just being humble with people who's very successful, and people who's older than me. When I'm mixed with them and things like that, and sometimes I think to myself, am I creating opportunities or what? So if you're only thinking about I'm doing this for this, meaning it's conditioned. So people always say love unconditionally. What is unconditionally? Unconditionally means you're doing it for the sake of doing it, and for the sake of making a difference, and doing it just for doing it, rather than I want to do this so that I get this. So when you do that, your life is going to be very miserable, because every time you go out with a friend and say, hey, what do I get from this? Everything you do something, what do I get from this? You're going to live a very miserable life. So I would say that is doing it unconditionally, and you will reap the result later on in life.
That's cool. And being known this, because right now what you said is about all the processes and kind of thing, and throughout this process, right? Is there any so-called regrets in your life that happened before, like what you did or you didn't do, that makes you feel regretful, and what have you learned from it?
Regrets, I mean, in terms of sports, maybe not being in a state of mind where you were ready to be world champion. Maybe that was one of the regrets, because I've been to the World Cup twice. One in 2016, World Cup in Manchester, and 2018 in New York. So I've always reached to a point where it's impossible to get there, which is second in the world. And we just couldn't get past that stage where we become the champion. So if there's any regret, is me feeling like crap after not getting that result. So my regrets is exactly that, because I started believing that results is important, but it's not everything. Because I literally trained 2 years for one World Cup. Like every single day you train for that, and to be disappointed for not getting number one, rather than celebrating that I've gone so far with the journey, of course, number one. Number two is reaching the impossible, which is beating the world champion to be number 2 in the world, ranking number 2 in the world. Rather than celebrating it, I feel shit because I couldn't get number 1. So that is my only regret. My regret is not celebrating, rather than that, being a victim of getting number 2. Who does that? Everyone else celebrates you because you're number 2 in the world. So is that being a victim? That is one of the regrets.
So it's the state of being a victim,
Correct.
when, and probably even when when everybody is looking at the bright side, where you are the only one that is not celebrating. So it's that state that makes you feel really bad.
Yeah. Can you imagine that the whole world is celebrating you, where you feel like, oh my God, why couldn't I be the champion? That is so victim-y. That is so not a good state to be in. And I've learned that. And right now I try to celebrate whatever the result is, whatever it is.
Every single time, right?
Every single time.
That's right. And I'm pretty sure right now you're at a very good state right now, where I can see your smiles all the time, that you really cherish it. And if there's one thing that you would like to share with our young audience, right, the life lesson that you would truly love to share with them, what would that be?
Okay, I love quotes. Almost every morning I'll post up a quote. If there's any quote that I would say, is this: play it like it's your last game. Play it like how you want to be remembered. In every single thing you do it like it's your last day on earth, and do it like how you want to be remembered. Because I've heard this from a very close friend of mine, knowing that after life you can't bring everything else with you, so after life is nothing. So it's about how people remember you as. And I've always believed that you live your life to the fullest, so people will remember you the way you want them to remember. And that's why, hence, play it like it's your last game. Play it like how you want to be remembered. That will be mine. Every single time.
I mean, this whole, whatever that you have shared, even from the very beginning, it all aligns with the word process. It all aligns with, the true word every moment. That it's actually not the results that's determining you whether you are going to be successful or so-called winning, but it's about like what you said, your state, whether you feel happy or fulfilled about it. And if I would ask you to, how would winning in life for Heidy looks like? If I would like you to put it in one sentence, what's winning in life for Heidy?
What's winning in life for Heidy?
Yes.
Oh, this is a tough question. I would say pay it forward, Yeah, I would say pay it forward, meaning for example, I find that sports has changed my life and make a difference in my life. And I find that training has changed my life, coaching has changed my life. Paying it forward is in a way where I feel, hey, how can I do the same for other people? And last time, like I said, when I was having troubles, I was a kid where I was thinking to the point where I was thinking about suicide, I was taking my life, those sort of things. So how can I do that to the masses? And let's just say I don't make a difference in anybody's life, but there's this one kid in Penang who is exactly going through whatever I go through, who's thinking about the same state, who is in the same state that I was when I was young, thinking about taking his life. If I could have made that little difference in this person's life, it's all worth it. For years and years of whatever I do, maybe that one person that I could have made an impact to, that would be worth everything. So that is the type of energy, that type of mission, vision that I bring to myself, and that's why I believe that paying it forward is the one line that will best describe winning in life.
So basically for Heidy, your winning in life is like to pay it forward to make a difference for somebody else's life.
That would definitely be my one-liner.
That would be very inspiring. And so we are really thankful that you are literally here to spend your time, your energy, just those are the most valuable resources that a human being can have. And the fact that you are here to share, it's not about like what you said for any reason, but you just want to give values to our young audiences. That's just wonderful. After this show, let's learn if our audience would like to just reach to you, what would be the best medium to reach you?
First of all, if you love sports, you can definitely follow our page, which is Malaysia Dodgeball Federation on Facebook, and so Instagram is Malaysia Dodgeball. That is the state where if you want to be part of dodgeball or whatnot, you can head over there. And in terms of me, you can follow me on Instagram, which is Heidy, Heidy _IMT. IMT. What does that mean? Is Immortals.
Okay.
Because when I started Immortals Club, first of all, we won everything because of the state of mind that we have always in, the excellence type of mentality that we have. So why Immortals is because I've always want my legacy and the legacy of my team to always last. Immortal means everlasting. So that has always been ingrained in my heart, and I even started my own sports academy. It's called Immortal Sports Academy, where I believe through sports we can make a difference in the life of younger kids and young adults. So Immortals has always been something that is very special to me. So yes, HEIDY _IMT. Follow me on Instagram.
Oh wow! So we are truly grateful that you are here. Not only that you are sharing your story, but you are now giving youngsters who are in sports another option, to really choose to head into. And we're really thankful that you are here today, and we are looking forward for our audience to learn from you. And I'm looking forward personally, to get in touch with you even more.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, really.
Appreciate it.